on the last video.
For the, the Dragoon Spear Lady in the most recent series of Madoka, which is Meiji Record. I forget what the fuck that her name is, because it's been so long since I've actually seen it.
The adventure continues.
Howdy, everybody. So, I went on a big ol' search yesterday on trying to actually find out the link of the three magical girls, aside from being a reference to magical girl animes, and I can confirm they are based off of Madoka characters. Maybe not specifically characters, but they're definitely based off of the mechanics of how magical girls work in that universe. I'm not going to spoil anything, because you guys really should watch that show if you have not and you're into anime. It is a must-have to put under your belt, and a classic. Very nihilistic, very well done. But I just want to go into here really quickly, and Cool-X, don't take this as like a jab of screw you, I'm right, or anything. But I think I was 100% right on this character representing the character that I think. And the reason being is because somebody had mentioned an ulterior motive in the comments section that might have actually spoiled my enjoyment of the entire fucking series. I think it's the ending to Magia Record, and I'm going to be fucking angry if it is. Because I wasn't expecting to get the ending to Magia Record spoiled for me in here, but... For example, this is a guardian of justice and a fighter that, like, upholds justice above all things and all this other stuff. This is very reminiscent to, honestly, Sayaka Miki as a character. A lot of that shit is very similar. So, a lot of people think that that was Sayaka. It even has, like, the blue theme to it and stuff. And, again, this is also still really similar to the way that fucking, Yachio looks altogether. But, where's the Queen of Hatred? That basically is fucking Madoka's outfit, to be honest with you. That is Madoka Magica in a nutshell right there, but she's all, like, crazy and schizophrenic and shit, but kind of just views good and evil as just binary, etc. A lot of people think that that is either Homura or based off of Madoka, just because the tendencies that this character has in relation to Homura, that is. So, and then beyond that, we of course have the King of Greed, which a lot of people speculate as being Kyoko, which is because also it mentions an apple right there, which is a pretty big thing. They even have like quotes from Madoka that they reference in here apparently that I had missed entirely. But again, this is all just speculation. But if there's any big major thing about these characters, aside from the fact that they represent cards and suits and playing cards and all of that stuff, is that they just really closely resemble the way that magical girls work in Madoka. And I'll just leave it at that, because again, like, just the whole entire concept of how the magical girl shit works in Madoka is really the allure of the show. And again, the hopelessness of that situation, as I have mentioned in my other video before with it. So, I'll leave it there. We're going to continue. We have shit to do today. But, from what everybody was speculating in the comments section, it's very heavily believed and insinuated that they are based off of either Madoka characters or magical girls from Madoka Magica. So, the thing that I really enjoy about Lobotomy Corporation is that its story isn't like spoon-fed and ham-fisted into your throat. They leave a lot of things up to subtlety for you to be able to pick up. For example, the eyes thing that somebody had mentioned. I believe it was Flygoniacs that mentioned that Bina's eyes don't actually have a little shine of light, like a glimmer off of them to show reflection, until you beat her suppression or something close to that, where it's supposed to represent like hope in humanity in their situation altogether. She had no hope before that. Or at least that's speculation for it. And I really like the subtle details in the story. I really do, because frankly, a subtle story is just a lot more powerful, because it also leaves it up to interpretation to each person. I mean, it sounds like a very easy, cheap way to get out of not putting plot holes into anything, but, you know, whatever. Also, nobody gave me suggestions on what characters to bring into the fucking facility, so I'm just gonna fill them. I will cut until that is done. And there we go. So, I wanted to make sure that there's 4 people in every single fucking department here. I changed Eric's equipment and Cool X's equipment that you both are actually now using a sword sharpened by tears, which makes sense. I wanted it to be in the hands of somebody who can actually use it, because I want to see what it does. I actually want to see what that weapon does. I'm very curious. So, at least in the hands of you two, I know that it'll be in good hands. And then we also have Rogan playing support here. Diva is another character that I added in to test out the cane, hopefully. We have Lamarcus over here. I have a lot of the crossbows being used by the newbies, so just gave him random VoV equipment that are really good around the board, as well as... Yeah, you're the only one that's melee here, so Firenze is probably not going to be doing much. But that's really all that we have for the setup for right now. Cool X and Eric, hopefully I can remember to be able to view you guys while you're in a fight. That'd be nice. And I figured that it was really fitting to give you a sword sharpened by tears to symbolize the fact that you were pretty much the only person to say anything about the abnormality for the most part. So, you have my favorite fucking ego so far in the game. I also need to get some people to wear her suit, because that's just gathering dust right now, and that's a fucking shame. You know what? We're gonna fix that, actually. Alright, for now, I just gave them to Stargazer, and the other one is on Kana for now, for a sword sharpened by tears. So if anybody would actually like any of the sword sharpened by tears egos, just let me know. That being said, I need to perform the spread. Whoopsie poopsie. Well, let's see if anybody dies in the train. Yup. I forgot about the train for the first time ever. Now we have spread. So our rotation, I'm gonna have him work on insights. I mean, I could get this up to level 4, but that's not going to be a today thing. Somebody was going to work with this to get their instinct up, yes. But I also need you to work in Schadenfreude, so Reno Schadenfreude. Might as well get a Star Baby pendant on you. And work on your attachment. And then Kana's HP is really like the only thing that we need to boost for the most part. So we can do 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 works, and then we can just do another fucking... Yeah, we can do another work. This is only 4. We can do another person working on instinct. Maybe not instinct. I'll work on your attachment then. There we go. Now let's get to it, people. Again, this is mostly a very uneventful day. This is going to be another, probably a short recording session, but I'm going to probably span 2 days of it, rather, because we need to get close to that day 46 level, and I'm getting to a point where I'm a little antsy and uncertain of how things are going to look, at least in terms of my lobotomy point balance. And being able to get everybody tanky enough to not fucking dissolve on day 46 would be nice. So we'll see how that one goes when the time comes, but I'm not... Let me put it to you this way. I'm not particularly super, what's the word, confident about it. I think it'll be fine and we will manage, but I don't think that it's going to be as really well set up as I had originally had in mind. But we'll have to see what happens. At least we'll have plenty of people to work with. I put her in for attachment work and I didn't need to do that. I hope that didn't fuck her over, but that's not a bad work. I think she's good.
0 pendant the whole day. That's unfortunate. Well, let's see what our end standings are. Cool, level 5 Prudence, I'm okay with that. And we can just use points to get Loki to 5. Kana is now swole as fuck. Sick. I like it. I mean, we pretty much achieved all of the goals that we were going for today with all the stuff that we leveled up, so... And I was correct, you get more lobotomy points for more people being in the facility. Fuck. We've been missing out on a lot of points then. I love you, but I can't afford you in the facility right now. That is one I've been looking forward to. But we also need Little Red Riding Hooded Mercenary back in so that we can get her second ego, because I've been wanting that for a long time. But we don't need to fill the codex, so we'll pick one that's actually safe. I can't believe we finally have the Little Red Riding Hooded Mercenary back. It took way too damn long. Alright, it's time to remember what the Little Red Riding Hooded Mercenary does, because I don't remember. So she's a good insight work. So you're gonna go in here for insight. That's the first work. Fly, we're gonna finally cap out your repression. You're gonna work on attachment in here. You're going to work on insight over here. And you're going to work on instinct over here. I do need her to do repression and then move back over to insight a couple of times in there though as well. So... just in case you are needed. Probably won't be, but... Hey, you got a pendant. Look at that. Or she, actually. That's right, she. Any other day, I wouldn't care too terribly much about making sure... Or not even every other day, but my point that I'm trying to get across is I shouldn't care as much about trying to cap out that justice. And I usually don't, because it's just a pain in the ass to do. But for Fly especially, I want to make sure that we have as much justice on Fly-chan as physically possible.
Because Fly is supposed to be sent into those rooms where I can't have somebody with too high of a stat to walk in, specifically of Fortitude. Because there are a number of abnormalities like that that I've bumped into. So in case we wind up having to pick up one or two along the way, I want to make sure that Fly-chan is able to handle the situation. So yeah, Courtney actually should be able to go into Little Red Riding Hooded Mercenary's chamber after this, so long as her fortitude is at a pretty high amount. She's got fortitude and attachment, so that should be fine in theory. Yeah, and it's pretty much all common work anyway when you go in for instance, so it's still going to be good work. At least I think it will. So that'll be how we have the setup the next day. And then that'll be your last work for now, Kana. That should pretty much cap you out where I need you. I think Fly, honestly, is damn near close to hitting a 5 justice, but like I said, I want to cap that shit out if possible. Oh my god, you are cutting them down, Buttercup. Holy fuck berries. Damn, that was something. I wasn't expecting that. Easy enough. And any other abnormalities after this day are going to wind up being a dusk, so I don't really need to care about the spread anymore, because I'm not going to be fighting them. It's also the bodies that wind up making everything run super slow in here as well, because, like, I don't know, I guess they take up a lot of memory for the game? Could be. I'm not 100% sure, but technologically speaking, I know that, like, keeping entities on screen that are painted over like that, it's going to generally make things run slower than they would if they were just never there, because the game obviously needs to keep track of them being there. So, yeah. I'm like 99% sure that Reno over there is good to go. Fly, if you're anything less than 140 justice by the end of the day, I want my money back. I want you fired on the spot. And there we go, that's the game. Let's see what everybody's stats are at. Fly, you're not 140 cap. I'm disappointed. I want my money back. We're actually not at a 4 prudence or justice for Kana, and that disappoints me. So she'll need another day down at Beauty and the Beast. I don't know, I also might just leave her justice at 4, though, but what's the fun in that? Victor's got a good prudence, not a 5 prudence. But Reno, on the other hand, yeah, Courtney's good to go. I wasn't shocked at that one. And then we have 90 temperance on Tasha, so perfect. That actually didn't give me as many lobotomy points as yesterday. I don't know what the difference was, but maybe because the departments aren't as filled because we had an extra department. Only thing I can think. Unless you just by default get an extra amount of lobotomy points based off of, I don't know. I'm going to need to Google it. I'm going to definitely need to Google it. There's this one. It is a new day, and we did have the memory repository for yesterday. So I should pick this one and see what happens. Yeah, we'll do it. If it's too awful, then I'll just, you know, do my usual thing. Oh man, I got a lot of management to do with shit here. Boy. Oh boy. Let's start with this. Oh, it's just a teth. It might not even be a teth. That might be a Zayn. But that doesn't mean much either, so. Okay, so let's just go ahead and start this day and see what that abnormality is like. And I also would like to know and make sure that, I believe it was Tasha, can go into Little Red Riding Hooded Mercenary's chamber. Court name, not Tasha. Let's just send you in there for insight work. So insight work is a bad. When the work result was bad, cliff off counter reduced when the work was 40 seconds or under. Cliff off counter reduced. Oh, so it has to be a slow work. Interesting. Interesting abnormality. Unknown position. Have to order it directly? I don't understand it then. Where does it go? However, it looks like everything is perfectly fine when it comes to Little Red. Oh, there it is. Alrighty, Heather, do your thing. Easy enough. Weird. Weird little thing. Alright, well, it's not superbly a threat of any kind, it looks like, so I'm gonna leave it at that point, and we'll get back into this one, I don't know, tomorrow, the day after or something. We'll figure it out. But it was a pretty successful 2 days there, I will say. We got a lot of characters that we need to get up to par to be able to make them usable for day 46, and a ton of lobotomy points that we need to get. So I really just want to get people to at least like 80 sanity and HP, like at the bare minimum. Because we are going to need a lot of people. Well, maybe not a lot of people, but we need a lot of things going on. On the bright side, though, we have the tools that I need that I wasn't able to get the first time around, though. The only thing that's going to suck is when we wind up getting to day, I believe, 49, where I'm not able to pause anything because Hawkmas shit's going to be running. So I'll have to just keep it on the normal play mode at that point, because it'd be too risky to put it on fast forward and not be able to pause while we have the train in the facility. But yes, so I will see you guys later. I'm going to do a little bit of management here, possibly between this and the next recording session. I'll let you know what I change. Take it easy.